The Skeleton Crew, the latest Disney Star Wars live action, is coming at us December 3rd. Who's excited? Anyone? You there in the back? Yeah? No, not really. Most people are looking at this show with a yawn. They're over it. They don't care. This is not really Star Wars. People are labeling this show Goonies in Space. It's definitely geared toward a very young audience, and it has a very young cast. Pirates, right? Pirates in space. Well, it appears that there's one group of Star Wars fans that's going to give Lucasfilm a little bit of trouble because of this show. And we're going to get into that here in this video. But before we do that, if you could do me a huge favor and please hit the subscribe button. It's a free thing that you could do that helps out the channel. Also, if you are interested in pirates, real pirates, check out my History of Pirates channel. You're going to love it over there. I will put the link in the pinned comment and at the top of the description. All right, are you ready? Let's get into this. We're going to go through a little timeline. This report came out a few months ago that says the Skeleton Crew isn't being received well at Lucasfilm. This echoes similar statements made by both myself and Making Star Wars. We've been hearing similar things for a long time, certainly since last year. Just keep expectations in check. So if these rumors are true, even at its base, Lucasfilm, they're not too happy with the show. They're just kind of like, I don't like it. I don't know. But hey, maybe that's a good sign because the shows that they did like were terrible. So maybe if Lucasfilm doesn't like it, maybe it might actually be decent. I don't know. But this was a report that came out. And then we got this. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Lucasfilm is considering making multiple seasons of The Skeleton Crew unless the show receives poor viewership. What? You mean like any show? You mean like all the other Disney Star Wars shows? You mean like any show in existence? If it got poor viewership, you're not going to make a second show? It sounds like they're preparing for the worst. It sounds like, hey, if you like it, make sure you watch it and you'll get a second season, okay? Because if it gets poor viewership, it's a one and done. Kind of like The Acolyte, you know? Kind of like that. Well, the Acolyte fans saw this and they started making these posts, okay? Yeah, I'm really struggling to find excitement for this one after the hype I had for The Acolyte. I want to be excited for it, but I wanted multiple seasons of The Acolyte, and they took that away from us. Hey, I don't blame them. Hey, I don't blame them. They did. They took it away from you. Well, mainly because nobody watched the show. And there are tons of messages that look like this one. I won't be watching any new Star Wars shows after their treatment of The Acolyte. Still very disappointed in Disney Plus for their inaction, indifference towards fans and cast experience alike. Would rather read Star Wars books than to be left without another unfinished show. Well, you can get your Acolyte book there. Maybe that'll ease your or scratch your I don't know how the saying goes. Maybe that'll help you out. I don't know. Can we all be honest here? If the entire Acolyte fandom came together and decided to protest the Skeleton Crew to send a message to Lucasfilm, do you think it would affect any viewership? Probably not. Probably not at all because there wasn't that much viewership for the Acolyte to begin with. So I don't think Lucasfilm cares. I don't think they care. I think they'd be like, oh yeah, all 10 of you. Or maybe 12, excuse me. You're going to protest the Skeleton Crew. I think Lucasfilm has bigger problems. You know, the majority of fans have walked away. The only people still talking about it are people like me because we're laughing at it right now. Because how in the world do you take a billion-dollar franchise that should be printing money on all fronts, comic books, audiobooks, television series, blockbuster films? How do you take a franchise that was given to you and completely destroy it in record time? I mean, you even made it a fancy hotel and nobody wanted to stay in it. Okay, that's another discussion for another time. But now some of the Acolyte fans are doing something weird. So basically, if you criticize the show, they want to shoot you, I guess. I'm ready for the haters. Don't you dare mess with these children. And that Kyle guy says, it's on site. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Number one, all of us are in agreement here. No one should be harassing the children or the actors. But if you're saying criticizing the show is harassment of actors, I think you got things mixed up a little bit here. And so now they're going to be mad at Lucasfilm. The Acolyte fans are going to be mad at Lucasfilm if they don't protect the children from criticism. Protect these children, Lucasfilm. You better protect these kids. You better do something. I don't know what they're going to do. I could say this a million times over. No one should be criticizing children at all. No one should be harassing the children actors. No one should be doing any of that stuff. But these people don't know the difference between criticizing a show and harassment. They think it's all one and the same. So if the show comes out and you say, oh, it sucks, I don't like the acting, it doesn't make sense, it's not Star Wars, this and that, then you're harassing the children. Okay? I know what harassment is. Just check my Twitter DMs. That'll be harassment. Look at Star Wars Theory every time he tweets. A lot of that stuff is harassment. That is harassment. Criticizing a show because it's not good is not harassment. They don't know the difference. They don't know. So they basically want Lucasfilm to shut down criticism. This person writes, you can't screw up Goonies in space unless you're Disney. All it would take is one pronoun or message to completely tank it. This could earn them some goodwill from parents and maybe even some Star Wars fans. Not faith or trust, just a small amount of goodwill. That's where we are now. That's where we are. Trying to earn a small amount of goodwill to maybe breathe some life back into this franchise. And I don't care what anybody says online. You know, it's Star Wars not dead. Look at all this. I love it. This and that. It is small minority of people on Twitter, on social media, because all you got to do is look at their viewership. All you got to do is look at, what's trending. All you got to do is look at everything that's happening with Star Wars, and the majority of people just don't care anymore. Empire Magazine released a couple first views of the Skeleton Crew photos. There they are. Is there any hype for this show? Do you think the young people are going to like it? Do you think it could be better than what they've been pumping out? Who knows? Time will tell. We'll find out December 3rd. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. This is Jay. We'll catch you next time.